Have you got out of bed today? What am I talking about? Well, we're talking today about routine. It's the third part. If you haven't seen the others, we have done a reflection and a recognize section for this. This is how to achieve your goals in 2022. Even if you think goals are a waste of time, they've never worked and they certainly don't work for you. This is a method to help you actually set a goal and achieve a goal in 2022. And today we're looking at routine. Now, when I ask the question, have you got out of bed today? It's quite early here in the UK when I'm recording this, when it's live. Hello, everyone. I can see you there on the recording. It's coming up. It's coming up. People are here. This is great. And the question is, have you got out of bed today? But I don't mean that comfy bed. And I know what people are saying. They're saying, look, I can't get out of bed, but that's Velcro pajamas for you. No, it's not that. When I talk about bed, I'm talking about three bits of bed: blame, excuses, denial. Okay, that's the triple whammy of staying in bed all day. And a lot of people, their routine involves getting physically out of bed, but mentally never out of bed. And they stay in bed all day. They are blaming things. They're making excuses. They are denying things. You know, denial, denial, denial. It's not a river in Egypt. It's all about, can you get up there? Can you get out there? Well, what do people do? They kind of stay in their metaphorical bed because they say, oh, look, have you seen the weather? Have you seen how cold it is, how hot it is, how dry it is, how wet it is, how windy it is, how still it is? Whatever it is, there's always something going wrong. Never mind the weather. It's the economy. It's the government. It's it's this person. It's that person. It's my boss. Oh, they're the most terrible person in the world. It's terrible. How can I do anything? I'll never achieve anything because I've got such awful people around me holding me back. It's blame, blame, blame. Have you seen the newspapers? There's no point carrying on. Look at the newspapers. Watch the news. Oh, my goodness me. They are just peddling doom and gloom. And there's, it's what we get stuck in, isn't it? We blame everything around us. And, it's a problem. It's a problem. We make excuses. Well, I know I needed to lose, 200 pounds, 100 kilos or something. And it's kind of, well, actually, I think I don't need to do it today. I'm looking all right today. I don't need to do that. My fitness level, my heart rate's going through the roof. My blood pressure's all over the place. But I feel okay today. I don't need to do it today. I'm putting in excuses to stop doing it. And then, you get to the point where you just deny things as well. So you've started blaming everything. You're making excuses as to why you don't have to do it right now. And you're looking out there and you're going, do you know what? I don't think it's as big a problem as I thought. I don't think it's really an issue. I don't think I really need to do that. I don't think that's a problem for me. I don't think that's a problem for my business. I don't think that is an issue. And you deny the reality. You deny what everything around you is telling you, and you don't do it. And so you are stuck in this blame, excuse, denial mode. You are stuck in bed. And when we talk about a routine, this is where, folks, it's really interesting. We talk about routines as, here's the thing. Have you ever gone to bed and you put your head on the pillow and you think, wow, that day, today just seemed to happen. I don't consciously remember making a decision. I just kind of went through the day. And here I am laid in bed and that day's over. What did I do? And if that hasn't happened to you, how about this? What about you get in your car and you want to drive somewhere? And it's a 20-minute journey. And you arrive at your destination and all of a sudden you think, hang on, I don't actually recall any of that journey. I don't remember how I got here. I know I got in the car. I know I did it, but I don't remember it. How many things do you have in your life? You put your shoes on, you tie your shoelaces, you don't think about it. How many things, you're cooking, you make your favorite meal. You make your breakfast, you make your lunch, whatever it might be. And before you know it, the food's there, you've eaten it, and you've moved on with your day, and you don't actually think about it. What's all that about? It's about your routine. So it's about, what do you do? So a lot of people will have an early morning routine. I think you're crazy. But I know there's a lot of early morning people out there. A lot of people have a late at night routine. A lot of people have bits of routines. A lot of people have very conscious routines. Some have very detailed, written out, stringent, strict routines. And some of us have a routine that kicks off the day. So we will, if you've got a family and it's school time, it's kind of, the routine is, right, get up, start shouting at the kids, start fighting with the kids, start trying to bundle the kids onto the bus, or walk, to school, or get them in the car, or whatever it is. It's a constant thing, isn't it? And it's a routine. It's up. It's, oh my goodness. Brush your teeth, brush your hair. Come on, get dressed. What do you mean you've lost that? Where are your shoes? What are you doing? All these things. It's a routine, isn't it? You get into that routine, get some breakfast in them, get them out the door, and then you can get off to work or do whatever it is you've got to do yourself. That routine is pretty fixed, it's pretty regimented, it's pretty repetitive. It's a strong, powerful routine. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to do something slightly different, you don't have a routine yet. And so this section here, where you have a look at your routine, what I wanted to just sort of say is here, just behind me. There we are. We are wedded to habits. No wonder we find it so hard to change. There we go. Yeah, we're wedded to our habits. No wonder we find it so hard to change. Now, there's two sides to that. If we've got habits and they're firmly ingrained, it is hard to change. But here's another thing. If you're wanting to start something totally different, you don't have any habits yet. You don't have anything yet. You haven't started. You haven't got into a routine. You haven't formed some habits. And this is where you need to sort of think to yourself, okay, I want to, this year, 2022, I want to get my business going online. I've got to take my business online. Maybe it's something you've come up with. Maybe it's a side business. Maybe it's you've got a long-standing business and you think, I need to get the social media out there. I need to get the content. I need to do this. I need to do that, which is exactly what we do at Groove Builder. So if you need some help, go up there, get in touch with us. We'd love to help you. We use our favorite software. So at the top, have a look at that. Get yourself a free account because it has all the tools you need to get into, getting your business in the digital world in 2022. Maybe you're wanting to make sales, grow it, whatever it is. Go up there, get your free account now. Jump out the live, get yourself a free account, do it right now. But over here, let's have a think. What is your routine? Have you got out of bed? Are you a morning person? Do you have strong routines? No routines? Have you ever done a personality test? So some people sort of go, oh, well, I'm always a so-and-so because I did a personality test and it told me I was this. Okay, be careful with personality tests. It might help explain a couple of things, but I think it was Churchill who said, give someone a label and they will either live up to it or they'll live down to it. So be careful you don't fall into that trap, because that trap often reinforces a message that you can't do something, and it reinforces a message that you can only do something else. Just be aware of a personality test, but then think to yourself, hey, I can change. I can do whatever I want. And one of the secrets to that is building a routine, habits. And, one of the things that I'd say for this section is write out what you do, write out what your kind of routines are. Do it over a week, jot them down. It doesn't have to be hugely detailed. Just make a few notes of it. And if at the end of the day you go, I've gone through a day and I just kind of performed it on automatic, then write that down at the end of that day. The only note that day is, wow, I've just done a day on automatic. That is scary. It is and it isn't. Look, I think you've got to appreciate the fact that if you had to make a conscious decision for every single thing that you had to do and you had to assess everything around you, I think there was a study done and it said if you were trying to cross a busy road and you had to assess everything about the traffic, where you're going, you know, the type of road, your shoes, the footwear, the wind, the weather, and everything. If you had to take everything into account, that decision could take you hours, weeks, months before you'd actually make it. So there's an element that says, okay, we've got to distill all this sort of extraneous stuff. Our experience says, okay, there's no cars coming, I can step out and cross the road. Those are sort of things that we learn through experience. So our habits and our routines and our experience allows us to do things a little bit more subconsciously rather than consciously having to assess everything. If we didn't do that, you know, we wouldn't be able to function. There'd be too many things. We'd never make a decision and you'd stand there paralyzed. Paralysis by analysis, they say, and it happens. So you've got to appreciate, okay, a lot of things I've got to do subconsciously, a lot of things I've got to do, you know, with experience. And so I can just actually function. But if you go through an entire day where you haven't had to think at all, maybe that's going to the other extreme. Maybe that's going too far on routines and habits. And I bet you, when you reflect on this for a week, you will find that there are certain days where, you know, you are in a bigger, longer, stronger routine than other days. So it might be Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday's when I get up, I get rid of the kids to school, and then I go meet a friend, have a coffee, and then I have a meeting here, and then I've got to go and do this sales appointment there, and then I'm going into the office for that particular meeting. We have our weekly roundup at you know, the Wednesday just after lunch. I always I like to go to that sandwich shop. I love that sandwich. And I get that, and then I do this, and then I do that, and then it's coming home, meet the kids from school. I've done a little bit of shopping. I've come back, and Wednesday is our spaghetti carbonara night. And that Wednesday is a very strong routine. But there might be other days where when you do the kids have gone to school, you're kind of thinking, right, okay, there's no one in the office today. I've got to do this. I've got a few things that I need to arrange. I've got some admin that needs doing. I need to do a bit of this. And before you know it, what you're doing, you're falling into the rabbit hole of Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is. And you don't have a strong enough routine to keep you on track with whatever your goals are. And think about it. If the goal in a morning, if you've got kids, to get them to school is strong, and the routine that's attached to that and the habits that are attached to that are strong. If you have a goal on a day when there isn't really that direction, you're not in the office, the factory, the shop, wherever it is that you may work, you haven't done that yet. You haven't got that routine. You haven't got someone telling you need to do X, Y, and Z before lunchtime. And it's up to you, which is, I think, in some ways the curse of the entrepreneur. If you're not careful, you can just drift. This is where the goal setting process, this 5R goal setting process, helps try and keep you on track, because we're going to be working on those goals and linking them back so that you can form strong habits, a solid routine that will help you move towards your goals. Because there's nothing worse at the end of that day when your head hits the pillow and you think, oh my goodness, that day went on automatic. And then you go, oh no, I didn't do this. I said I was going to do that. I was going to do that as well. I haven't done any of them. And I don't know, does it keep you up at night when you wake up in the middle of the night and you think, I didn't do that either, and I should have done that. Oh, I meant to do that. It's really annoying, isn't it? But during the day, you can remember it for love nor money. So this is where we want to have a look at what your routine is at the moment. See if there's anything in there. See if there's stronger days, weaker days. See what you're thinking you need to achieve in 2022. We'll start, just jotting it down, saying, yeah, actually, I can't waste. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm wasting. I'm not really doing anything productive. Before I know it, it's lunchtime, and all I've done is watch 12,500 TikToks. Something silly like that. Yeah, you make a note of it and then say, right, okay, there's a target. There's a target that I can look at for when I'm looking at my goals. I can say, right, okay, Tuesdays and Thursdays look like days. I can say no to this and yes to a bit more routine. Okay, so at the moment, we're just fact-finding, we're gathering, we're collating info, we're not judging at the moment, we're just observing. And at the moment today, observing your routine. All right, and then next time, on the next live, we will be looking at how to reset. Hit that reset button, because if what you're finding on what you've done so far, what you're finding is if it's not strong enough, if it's not serving you, is it time to hit the reset button? And in the next episode of this series, we will be looking at how you do the reset. All right, my name's Nigel T. Best. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget, get your account there for our favorite software. We're building some, we've got some free training, free resources in there to help you do it. It's a free account, free training, free software. It's amazing. And if you want to get in touch with us, go up to the top, groove.builders, and say hello. We'd love to catch up with you. But until then, I'm going to sign off and say, have a great day. Just see what sort of routines you get up to